I'm Matt Bishar with NAREIT's REIT.com here in Miami for the 2016 Leader in the Light Working Forum. Joining me is Jeremy Tobin, Asset Management Analyst with Pebblebrook Hotel Trust. Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
For Pebblebrook, are the most successful sustainability efforts made on an individual asset basis or portfolio-wide?
We find that our most achieved are with our individual assets. When we purchase a property or with our ongoing owned assets, we have our asset management team take a deep dive approach to sustainable initiatives, and we implement a list of best practices that we've developed over years of working with different management companies. We work with over 13, 14 management companies that we've gathered the information from. And the list of best practices really varies from operational best practices to large capital investments in our sort of building infrastructure or things along those lines. And to date, we've tracked a total of over $8 million on a portfolio basis of savings that we've identified.
And what current project or initiative do you think best exemplifies what Pebblebrook's trying to do in the area of sustainability?
We feel that the Monaco DC Hotel, it's a Kimpton property in downtown DC in the Penn Quarter, is likely our most exemplary hotel of Pebblebrook's sustainable initiatives. The building itself was actually the original U.S. General Post Office and Tariff building, and it was built in 1839. So given sort of the historic nature of the building, that innately puts sort of some difficulties in implementing sustainable initiatives. However, we bought the property in 2010, and since then, through a wide variety of initiatives from heating, ventilation upgrades to a steam to natural gas conversion, as well as a retro commissioning study and a few other lighting upgrades and things like that, we've been able to achieve over $525,000 of annual savings that we've identified. And we've also reduced the overall total cost per occupied room by over 40% at the hotel. So I think that's definitely an exemplary property within the portfolio, given the difficulties that we've been able to overcome with the initiatives.
And lastly, here at the Working Forum, there's been a lot of talk about industry-wide standards. What impact do you think those standards would have on the industry, companies like Pebblebrook, and what types of information would go into that? Definitely.
This is something that has been heavily discussed today over the past 2 days at this conference, and we definitely feel that the trend within the real estate industry is definitely going to increase the attention on these sustainability metrics, and many people have started to develop these standards, these metrics, these benchmarks. And we feel that ultimately it's going to be a good thing for the industry. It's going to cause competition and more disclosure of these sustainable metrics and benchmarks, and it's going to force people to say, hey, we're actually performing this way versus this way. And in general, I mean, Pebblebrook is definitely a proponent of sustainable initiatives. We feel that it's a great way to invest money into our assets that has a favorable ROI for the owner, and as was discussed in the conference, is doing a good thing for not only the environment but sustainability in general.
Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.